Thank you. So I will be very short. Just the overview will be giving you the scope of the new technical committee for reference materials, just a quick look at the objectives and the stakeholders and clients, and then I will discuss the document structure of the committee a little bit more before I share with you the current status of the whole series of new standards that are being produced for reference materials through the transformation of ISO Guides 30 to 35. So the scope is very compact. It is standardization in the competent production and use of reference materials, including the concepts, terms, and definitions related to reference materials. So from the objectives, you can see that we look at the terminology, and then we also look at the characteristics of reference materials, specifically as it relates to the intended use of the material. We also have a very strong horizontal function as a committee within ISO. We provide guidance to other ISO committees on issues related to reference materials. And then we also communicate with many other international organizations on reference material matters. So if we look at our stakeholders and clients, the stakeholders are the standardization bodies, the metrology institutes, and other international and regional liaison partners, as I've already mentioned. Our clients is the other ISO committees because of our strong horizontal advisory function once again. The users of reference materials, so these will be testing laboratories in a range of application fields. Of course, the producers of reference materials, and then also accreditation bodies involved specifically with the conformity assessment of reference material producers.
Angelique, your slides are not moving. You're still on the first slide.
Oh, okay. Let me just quickly see. Maybe I should just share again. Okay, I think. Is that working?
Now we have a slide with an onion model, right?
Yes.
That's the PowerPoint view, and now you're in PowerPoint.
And is it in full screen mode?
Yes.
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay. I think it's fine because I really would just like to spend a few minutes on our document structure. The rest of the information will be available anyway. So if you look here at the document structure of the committee, you can see that in the core of our documents is the conformity assessment standard, ISO 17034 for the competent production of reference materials, and the general requirements for reference material producers. And you can then see the two standards with the black rings is the new standards ISO 33401 for the accompanying documents that go with reference materials. So this document is also very useful to the users to know what to expect when they receive a reference material document from their producer, what the information is that will be on there, and how and what the information means, how they can use it when they use their material. And then Stephanie also mentioned ISO 33405 for the approaches looking at the certification of property values, mostly for quantitative analysis, but the principles are applied in the same way also for qualitative reference materials. So focusing on the characterization and the assessment of the homogeneity and the stability of the material. And then the standards with the blue rings, you can see Stephanie's standard there, ISO 33406 for the production of qualitative reference materials. So this is one of our new standards where we develop more field-specific or application-specific guidance. And then there's also ISO 33407 for the high-purity organic reference materials. And that standard was published. It is actually our first standard of the 33400 series that was published in January. And then a similar standard is being developed for inorganic substances, so high purity reference materials of metals and metalloids, ISO 33408. Then the big blue ring is our vocabulary, the terms and definitions that basically overlaps all the standards and are also linked to our other publications that we've produced. I mustn't forget also the standard with the red ring is our use standard, ISO 33403, that stipulates the requirements and recommendations for using reference materials. So the technical reports that were also published by the committee are then linked also to the vocabulary and to the give some more general information, issues such as establishing and expressing metrological traceability. You can see the TR, the technical report there for the qualitative reference materials with the selection, the collection of examples that started the work on ISO 33406. There's also some guidance on reference material characterization, and one of the original ISO guides, ISO Guide 80 for in-house reference materials, are now being transformed into a technical report for good practice in reference material preparation. And then there's also the work that was done with the World Customs Organization to get a specific customs code for the import and export of certified reference materials that was basically documented in the technical report 11773. So this is just an overview of all the publications from the committee. Hopefully my slide is moving now. So I just wanted to conclude with this snapshot of the current status of the standard series, the new standard series for ISO 33400. So you can see that most of our standards have already been published during the course of this year. We are still working on the vocabulary. Hopefully the vocabulary will progress to the draft international standard stage within the next couple of months. And then also our standard for the inorganic high purity reference materials are now at the international standard draft stage. So just one more step before publication. So with this, I would like to acknowledge all the committee members of ISO TC334 that has really gone through a marathon session for the last 3 years to convert and transform our ISO guides into these new international standards. I want to thank them once again for all the online meetings they had to sit through, all the discussions, providing comments and all the inputs. It was really a mammoth task, but they did it very well and very efficiently, and I would like to thank them for all their efforts. And then to everybody in the audience, if you need any information about the committee, here you can find our website and also an email if you would like some more information.